Hola everyone, JB Throws here back with another video. If you don't already know, last weekend, for the 60th anniversary of Six Flags Over Texas, Casa Magnética, a standing but not operating funhouse attraction, officially reopened to the public. They had this huge event that allowed membership holders to experience this attraction first, before it officially opens next weekend. And I can say from experience, it was so much fun. Instead of just cleaning up the attraction and reopening it, the park president went above and beyond to add brand new elements to this attraction that incorporated the past of Casa Magnética and gave a whole new story, making the attraction new again. Overall, it was really awesome to see Casa Magnética return, and its opening day was so much fun. After 4 months of predictions, construction updates, and lots of Casa Magnética related videos, I still can't believe Casa Magnética actually returned, and I predicted it would come back way before it actually happened. But when I got home from this awesome experience, I started thinking, if my prediction of Casa Magnética was correct, which was only made from my reboot theory, that means my reboot theory is correct. And if it's correct, that means Ron McKenzie, the new park president of Six Flags Over Texas, is really going to restore the legacy of Six Flags Over Texas. And judging by what he did with Casa Magnética, he'll probably reboot the entire park, making it seem like the park it was before in the past. And in turn, this could mean Casa Magnética isn't the only defunct attraction returning to Six Flags Over Texas. And after some further investigation, I think I figured out which ride specifically will return to the park, and when we could see it come back. So in today's video, I'm going to be explaining which ride I think is next to return to Six Flags Over Texas, just like Casa Magnética, and why I think Six Flags Over Texas' future is changed forever. Before I start the video though, I would like to say thank you to all of you who supported me, subscribed to my channel, and stuck by me ever since my channel started. My channel has really grown over these past few months. And if you haven't noticed yet, I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers. And when I reach it, it's going to be amazing. So pretty soon, I'll be posting a teaser of what's to come when I reach that milestone. And if you're new here and you like my content, and would like to help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to know when new videos come out on my channel, because you won't want to miss any of the new videos coming soon. But anyways, thank you again, and let's get into today's video. When going to Six Flags Over Texas, you may have noticed this huge building right in front of the JV Smokehouse outdoor patio that's near Rodeo. This building is actually a ride. It had the name of Yosemite Sam Gold River Adventure. It was this dark ride that took riders in the river, where you would encounter the Looney Tunes characters, in a western setting, where some of them will be Texas Rangers, some are outlaws, and some are just living in the Wild West. It was a pretty tame dark ride, but it was a really good one. And it's what made Six Flags Over Texas a very special park. It was one of the highlight attractions in the park. But what happened to it? Well, in the beginning of 2020, a thunderstorm caused a flood to happen inside the park, and this flood damaged many attractions, including Yosemite Sam Gold River Adventure. Because this dark ride was home to many animatronics, fixing all of them would be really expensive. So, Six Flags Over Texas closed it, and focused more on the other attractions that also got damaged by the flood. But then COVID struck, and if there was a small chance that Yosemite Sam Gold River Adventure was going to come back, that chance was gone. You all know the rest. The park closed, Six Flags lost money, rides got delayed, and that leads to why Yosemite Sam Gold River Adventure is still standing but not operating. It's pretty much how Casa Magnética used to be, but worse because it's highly noticeable. So what does this have to do with my theory? Well, with the return of Casa Magnética, that means my theory is 100% true, and Ron McKenzie is definitely looking to reboot Six Flags Over Texas. And judging by what he's doing with Casa Magnética, and with Flume 1 returning too, this could mean in the near future, we'll see more defunct attractions from Six Flags Over Texas' past make its way back to the park. And while there's so many options of rides to come back, one ride stuck out to me. A ride that's been giving many evidence of its return, and leads to my theory that the next defunct attraction to return to Six Flags Over Texas, just like Casa Magnética, is in fact the Spee-Lunkers Cave. If you don't know what the Spee-Lunkers Cave is, I'll do a quick summarization of its history. Basically, it's this dark ride that opened in 1964 at Six Flags Over Texas, which used to be in the former spot of the now defunct Yosemite Sam Go River Adventure. We would board these little boats and go into a cave, seeing these little aliens called the Spee-Lunkers. As you go around, you would see little scenes with them, doing random stuff like playing music, sledding, or just being weird. Eventually, the ride closed down in the year 1990 because the ride was considered outdated and was replaced with Yosemite Sam Go River Adventure. People actually loved this attraction and was very sad to see it go. And while Yosemite Sam Go River Adventure was a good attraction, it was nothing compared to the level of theming that the Spee-Lunkers cave had. So why did I choose this ride specifically to return to the park? Well, there's actually evidence that it could return in the near future. My first piece of evidence starts back in Casa Magnetica's grand opening. On that day, I got to interview Ron McKenzie, and I asked him, which ride are you planning on returning next? He didn't give me an exact answer, of course, but he did say this: my number one priority is the Spee-Lunkers cave. Now it gets me thinking, why did he call it specifically the Spee-Lunkers, when it's clearly known as Yosemite Sam Go River Adventure right now? Could it be for a preference, just like how people call New Texas Giant Texas Giant? Or was it intentional? Was he intentionally telling me that the Spee-Lunkers are coming back, and that he's going to bring it back like Casa Magnetica? Then in HoloFest of 2020, we saw the ride cemetery in front of the carousel, full of tombstones of defunct attractions, and one of those tombstones was the Spee-Lunkers cave. But Yosemite Sam Go River Adventure was nowhere to be seen, even though its boat was there, and the ride was officially declared defunct way before HoloFest. So why leave it out? Because Aquaman Splashdown is there, and they even included its previous name. So why not do the same for Spee-Lunkers? Then, during the 60th anniversary of Six Flags Over Texas, you'll see posters of it all over the park. And in all of these posters, you'll see pictures of all the defunct attractions. But a ride is missing, the Spee-Lunkers. Why leave it out? It's a major part of history. I mean, they used to have pictures of the Spee-Lunkers cave in guest services. I remember them. So obviously the park knows this ride exists. They even made a YouTube video about it. So why leave it out of the 60th anniversary? Then, to top it all off, we all know construction is going on inside of Yosemite Sam Go River Adventure. We just can't see it because of the walls. So what if, with all these references to the Spee-Lunkers cave, and them purposely hinting towards its attraction and the construction, what if the Spee-Lunkers return to the park next, just like Casa Magnetica? I know it's kind of a stretch, but it doesn't seem impossible. But if the Spee-Lunkers did return, what would it look like, and when would it come back? Well, I think if the Spee-Lunkers did come back, it would probably be a reboot of its former self, just like Casa Magnetica, which incorporated its past with a new story. Overall, that worked well for that attraction, so it'll work well for Spee-Lunkers too. They can do a new story, like maybe how the Spee-Lunkers just returned back and why they're doing that, or maybe like how you traveled back in time to see them again. I don't know, something new. But one thing they need to fix if they're gonna return the Spee-Lunkers is the aliens themselves. They're kind of creepy, honestly. So if they return them, make sure they're cute now. Maybe make them have bigger eyes or a smaller face, something that's more cute and not terrifying. One of my friends did this concept of the Spee-Lunkers, and I'm looking more towards this. It's cute and it's less creepy. Also, if they return the Spee-Lunkers, they need to add more effects on the ride. Maybe like lighting effects, fog effects, whatever, something more interactive. Overall, the Spee-Lunkers really do need to come back. And if they don't, Yosemite Sam Go River Adventure needs to come back too. This ride was very important for the park. It added more to their lineup and made it more stand out than other theme parks. And while yes, we already have a dark ride, it's not really part of the lineup Six Flags Over Texas needs. And as for when the Spee-Lunkers could open again, it could open next year in 2022 with Aquaman, but it's highly doubtful. I'd say it's safe for 2023 opening. It gives them plenty of time for all the details, and maybe they'll be more financially stable during that time. But anyways, it's just a theory. There's no official evidence of the Spee-Lunkers returning to the park, unlike Casa Magnetica. Anyways, what do you think? Should the Spee-Lunkers return to the Six Flags Over Texas just like Casa Magnetica? And if so, what do you want them to keep? And what do you want them to add? Comment down below. Anyways, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the brand new 1000 subscriber special trailer video. This is JB Thrills signing out.